Is Stellar relevant, or is it falling to the wayside? Is it relevant to you? Has your interest in Stellar diminished? These are a lot of questions I've been hearing and a lot of concerns I've been hearing. Today specifically, I want to take those concerns and I want to pair it with the UNHCR program developed recently with Stellar. I'm going to show you some stats that are going to give you insight to Stellar relevancy. Let's learn. Stellar price action. If that's what you're looking for, I'll have a video at the end of this for you that covers everything about the near term when it comes to XLM pricing. But first, let's go over some stats, all right? So first we want to go on their Twitter page. So they make this announcement with UNHCR, and if you hadn't heard about it, it's a first of its kind aid through blockchain payments, getting money to recipients like that. And it's trackable because it's on the blockchain, cool stuff. But anyway, so they post this press release. 37 comments, 518 likes on Twitter. They post another one, 8 comments, 265 likes. You kind of go further. They get mentioned, by the way, in the New York Times. Pretty neat, huh? So they show that article here, 209 likes, blah, blah, blah. You kind of go on and you can see they posted a whole bunch of things about this. Why? Because it was super important for Stellar to be in the news. They need to be in the news to stay relevant, right? That's the topic of this video. So if you go through all the stuff where it says no hype, just utility, okay, we got some more likes, more likes, more likes. But you can see they're not big numbers. I mean, even the post from Danelle Dixon only has 48 likes. MoneyGram retweeted this, right? MoneyGram's a massive organization, only got 516 likes. So when we think about it in the grand scheme of things, is stuff like this not sexy enough for the market? Does it matter, right? I mean, my opinion is that utility is going to rule the roost. That meme and all the PooCoin stuff is just going to go away, and it's going to come back to finding business need, right? Is there a product you have that makes sense for a desire, right? Is there an audience out there that desire can use that product? And between the two, can you make it work, right? I think that's what it comes down to. Now, let's go a little bit deeper, okay? I've got right now Google Trends, and if you haven't seriously used Google Trends, it's a really great tool to see kind of what's trending, what's happening right now. Okay, Stellar comes out with this program. So how many people out there you think are like, whoa, wait a minute, what is Stellar? Because when you look at these, you can see it. It's in the New York Times, right? Blockchain for humanitarian aid. So that's going to get a lot of eyes out there. So a lot of people out there, right, you would think would be looking at Stellar, but you didn't see that. You really didn't see a pop of interest in Stellar. Now, look at the trend line, okay? I've got UNHCR. Let's remove that because honestly, I don't think that's too popular of a term. So let's just keep it with Stellar. Hey, what's Stellar? They're helping the UN with this crisis in Ukraine. Okay, let me learn more, right? And that's where the Google Trends data comes from. But look at this. You can see over the last 90 days, a steady decline of interest in the search of Stellar. I mean, the 100% mark, right? Its highest peak searches, you can see it's nowhere near. In fact, look at how many times it was above the 75-point line. And now look at how many times it's right by that 75-point line. So you can see a decline in interest in Stellar. In fact, when they post their big programs like this, and this is a huge one, getting humanitarian aid to people like that is impressive. Why? Because you can apply this to natural disasters as well, floods and so forth. It just doesn't have to be war-torn countries. It could be any humanitarian aid out there where the governments are like, yo, we're good with the rails, make it happen, and MoneyGram's in pretty much every freaking country out there. So you can totally roll this program out to wherever need be. I honestly thought that this would garner way more attention. But interestingly enough, right, if you go to your favorite news aggregator websites and you go onto cryptocurrencies, you're going to see that the top stories, nothing to do with Stellar. I mean, you could scroll all the way down. It's FTX, FTX, SEC stuff, NFT. I mean, there's no mentions of it. So I just wanted to bring to your attention a couple different ways you could track some metrics regarding interest in these programs that are being launched. Now, honestly, if you're still watching this video, obviously I know that you're into Stellar, and I'm the guy that always wears the Stellar hat, so I'm down with it. But does it need to be hot for the greater market to make it work? Does Stellar need to have that appeal? Does it need to have that mass appeal? I mean, seriously, I go on my news aggregator sites all the time. I'll see a Stellar story once, maybe twice a week tops. Do I go to an XRP thing? I've got stories every day. There's always something about whale movement, SEC stuff, Brad Garlinghouse, Joel might be tweeting some. There's always some news out there. Stellar just doesn't make the news. Lying in the weeds quietly. There's honestly nothing wrong with that. I'm just wondering, is that what you need to make it? Is that what you're going to need to withstand the crypto winter? Are you going to need some like notoriety, some just public awareness, right? Just to be a common name? I don't know. I'm interested. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Earlier, I talked about that pricing video. Yeah, this obviously wasn't it, but if you want to watch a pricing video, specific Stellar XLM pricing talk right there, I go deep dive in what the Fed said and what you could be ready for pricing-wise 2023, 2024. Thank you very much for watching it. As more news breaks, I'll be sure to share with you. You cool cats. Have a great rest of your day.